Memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so say Bloomberg maka Bloomberg atrel. I've spoken about Bloomberg. Maybe I know be name Bloomberg. Let me Google it so you see what Bloomberg is. Into no, almost the story be by normal count. But when say Enyagro. Oh yeah. Let's see. Is it Bloomberg? Yeah. Into one of the leading companies in the world. Market news. I mean financial news, analysis and all that. Into one of the places where we are some for accounts for hoko hen yamane nsemo a Bloomberg reported on economy on the whole world. Now Bloomberg for atro an article on Ghana. Our motor say why Ghana went from hero to zero for investors. Into Ghana economy no one no more can say Ghana your economy no a movie from hero first na economy no e ade ejina ni na so and there ako zero. Di ntia enasade no esi. I just want to read the article and then let's see Bloomberg for ade a more attribute to Ghana your economy na akosa level no. And then the first time we have subscribing, I click the notification bell on it. So yeah, the latest news we about on sa ebeka. Yee, sang unkrofui na uku video on my website na ya no mo pese utia cancer.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Video on my website na ya na aseme nkeni. Omo pese utia cancer. So mo pese mitia $99 and sana me read this story we. Aseme me so grab pe mas me ho asemo. Bloomberg anyway. Maybe I want to. I have something to do. Maybe last me share video be na branch na tre senior BBC is here. Obi to me solve it. Let's see whether it will work. Michelle, just be on for me. I'm searching for a video. I'm searching for a video. A tray. How you deal with something like this, because why? And then I'm a person me read this story about Ghana. More trust story about Ghana. But me tia $99 and sana me nya story ne ready. That's a no more kokote when. Maybe I'm coming. So I'll do it right in front of you and then you see what's going on. 12feet.io. Okay. Yeah, but I'll read the story, don't worry. Therefore, so this is the article. I found the article, the same article by the same author on the Washington Post. It's in Bloomberg, they're no normal person media, but the same article is on Washington Post, which is free. So I'm reading from Washington Post. Now, I see why Ghana went from hero to zero for investors. Okay, that's the article. Why Ghana went from hero to zero for investors. So see, Ghana is learning the hard way why oil can be a blessing and a curse. Also, the onset of commercial crude production helped turn the West African nation into one of the continent's hottest investment destinations, but also prompted successive governments to borrow to the hilt. Now, as someone walk and say, Ghana, yebenya fango no, ema womai ebeye krabeshe, because nothing crofwa, omoye investors.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Ghana will say yekonye di yisika ekokoshe omai nimu. Na yen Ghana fo no ankrofo edi sika ne ba ne sebe yantenase yandwen enhu ne se sika ya ankrofo di be bosuan ya yebo, because ankrofo ni sika mu de ba na bosuan bebrebe a yeji sika ya ankrofo di ba yeji ebedu mbrebi ebedu se yebeba aba betua na enhu ayeden nti nagia na yeji nti we were borrowing to the hilt. Nti that was the first statement I will make here in the article. I see skittish investors have offloaded Ghana's bond and currency, the cedi, amid mounting concern over its ability to settle its debts. The tumbling exchange rate has led to a surge in prices of basic necessities from milk to bus fares and prompted the central bank to sharply increase interest rates. With the economy on its knees, President Nana Addo Akufo Addo's administration has appealed to the International Monetary Fund for an assistance package of as much as 3 billion. Nti watre wohwe the reason nti a womo ka se Ghana ya baba bedu bebi a yedu ya 1 eye bosuabo. And you see the ya make can say I like omo a womo te econs ase because eye Ghana for na womo nti economy ase no omo ne yebeba beda adomo a yebeka trom say eye Ukraine and eye COVID, eye Ukraine, eye COVID. If you understand what is going on, you know what brought us here. And I'm very happy. So the international media, they are even saying this on their platforms. I say, why was Ghana so popular among investors? Until baby say, eba ne saying ena Ghana yebeye popular. And krofo ye say, womudiomo sika baba be share wo man ni mu. I say, the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence after colonial rule, Ghana has been a bastion of stability in a region plagued by civil unrest and coups. See, the first thing they say, Osha sub-Saharan, Ghana, yes surrounding now. Amai bebre womuni asumje.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Investor bia ni ho asebe. Wode ni sika bekwa akoshe oman asumje nim. To hwe se ni Ghana oman bebre ni asumje ayenye wa asumje. Yeji democracy etumu a ade a investors no epese wo mu sika ebeba be share man ni mu. It's held peaceful elections on a regular basis since the 1990s. Power has changed hands between rival parties and presidents, and it has an independent judiciary and a vibrant parliament. Tiatre Ghana, your parliament a yewo judiciary ne nyama a tre Ghana nsensem nina. The reason why investors no wamo ehu Ghana eya no mo pese omo di omusika eba be she Ghana. I say the world's second biggest grower of cocoa and Africa's number 2 producer of gold and also kahumbi. Cocoa yepa na yewo. Nanse mate se mbrofofo no omo pese omo ye na omo yi Ghana. Just say this year if there's one thing and I'll do a proper analysis on that. If there's one thing we've experienced this year, it is how constantly people want to take us off as the world's biggest grower of cocoa. This is here no here products be a cocoa a produce krana and brofofo na sheda aye research a won be use other products than cocoa because they want to take us off. I'll bring you that story later. How they're trying into what trade the entire Ghana appetizing Emma investors. What you say now? The second also so what went wrong. Obisa say inti edien ne si ya Emma Ghana ya ba bedu baby a yedui. Also the government abandoned fiscal discipline and opened the spending taps in anticipation of an oil windfall. And you see, I like her.
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Straightforward. In Shishaya abain anaya de to hose abain endi so. Nema yesi kasem enko ye no. Article no say abain endi san Shishaya ne so. I say, but the revenue it earned was insufficient to cover a succession of expensive flashy programs, and the budget deficit soared as borrowing rose to plug funding gaps. I say Shishaya bi ayede to was abain di so abain na wendi ne Shishaya so abain na mu politics inti okofufa programs de beto ne so ebeye eka ema wo man no. And we all know these programs. Okwa kan yese wo tan aban inti yambo programs ne so. We all know them. Ewie ye bosia bo ye bo bosia. I see boring rose. Bosia bo ekosro. I see overspending was particularly rife in election years. Election year. Sika ye di nyafo. Akufo Addo's administration scrapped fees for all senior high school students and pays for their upkeep and accommodation. Free education. In 2021, the government spent 1 billion on refinancing loans taken out by indebted private power producers, a move that was intended to reduce its electricity bills, a plan to strengthen a banking industry that's been weakened by bad loans, has cost taxpayers more than 25 billion cedis, and an estimated 8 billion cedis more is needed to complete the process. Banks are yegugu yeno. At the council babeto yeso. COVID-19 dealt a further blow to the states already trenched. And you see, I like this. The fact say, yes, they acknowledge the fact say COVID-19 also had a deal in this. But answer na COVID-19 ebebano. Na yen sheshe na to hold the 90 waka de wrong eto ho ni na answer na wo ba bebo COVID-19 de so. Na so aban nipa bi kasa or the COVID-19 de na be si first. But one way we bought all the factors. Be 5 ni na so we answer na wo de ba COVID-19 so. What I say me read the COVID-19 part no. Or see COVID-19 dealt a further blow to the state's already trenched finances. Me pebrofuna we isu wono. COVID-19 dealt a better blow to the state's already trenched. International say your system na kra na said that answer na COVID-19 no eba. Or say after selling Eurobonds for each of the previous 9 years, it was shut out of international capital markets in 2022 as investors lost confidence in Ghana's ability to service its debts. Also, the government shunned an initiative that would have enabled it to suspend the servicing of its loans and vowed not to tap further support from the IMF before changing its tune in July 2022. Naturally, say a coin be one anke was say aban efaso. Now so two no nti aban amfaso. Almost your mode, fasa kwan so. There is no way I be call IMF. And sana you do June, July, who said the word na ko do there. Or say IMF any echo. It's after the next article, no, the next question will be say, how precarious are Ghana's finances? Inti Ghana, yesika sem no, asay edru hen, saying na sika sem nete. Nati asem okan. Or say the country is on the verge of a fiscal crisis and may be forced to restructure a debt burden. Inti omo article no that time not debt restructuring no yenye ya adwen say because so see Ghana we will be forced to restructure a debt burden no carrying so debt restructuring no aba that equated to 78.3% of gross domestic product at the end of June, up from 62.5% 5 years earlier. When it could no longer tap international markets, the government resorted to taking out domestic loans, paying annual interest rates of almost 30%. The central bank stepped in to provide the government with funding after it reached defaulting on its local debt, but it plans to limit further support to stay within its legal lending threshold. And you know, I like Nipakra Watro article where onim the worker watron the pepepe. If you want to read the full article, go on Google and type how Ghana moved from hero to zero. Very, very deep article. Munko read it.